You are now tuned in to Dubstep FBI.
What is up, headbangers? You are locked into another episode of the Filthy Beat Inspectors podcast. I'm your co-host, Yessie.
I am Chrissy.
From all the way from SoCal, we have the one and only Dani King joining us today. What's up, girl?
Hi, how's it going?
Hi, happy to have you.
Thanks.
Yes, love to have more women on the show. And then your dog, of course, in the background.
I know. I'm so excited to be here. She's usually quiet. If she's not, I'll kick her out. So
no need to kick her out.
She's a woman too. She's welcome on the show. Love to see it.
Mm-hmm. We're dog lovers too, so.
Oh yeah.
Dogs over cats, personally.
I love both, but I'm definitely a dog person.
Mm-hmm. So Dani, from what I read on your website, you've been in the industry since you were 14. Like, yeah. Oh my God. So walk us through how it all started. Like, what inspired you and what's it been like?
So I have pretty much always wanted to sing. I told my mom when I was 3 years old, like, I would like to sing on stage like Belle. They took me to go see Beauty and the Beast. And so for some reason, it's always been a thing for me. So when I was 5, I started playing piano. 12, I started taking voice lessons. And I think 12, I also picked up guitar and I started playing out at bars around the Chicago area when I was about 14. So my parents had to accompany me. Yeah, they had to accompany me because I was too young to be there by myself. And so that was my first job as a kid. I was making like $200 a night playing out at bars.
Hey, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, racking up that cheese.
Yeah, it was really fun. But then from there, I continued doing that throughout high school, and I ended up going to college for music. I went to Belmont University, got my degree in commercial voice, which is just like vocal performance, and then minor in music business. I liked Nashville, but it wasn't really my scene. Ended up in LA and ended up doing EDM.
Wow. So when did you first discover the EDM scene? Because I feel like everyone kind of started with Skrillex. Not gonna lie, everyone was like, oh, I heard Bangarang, and that's when I knew I wanted to get into EDM. When did you start finding out about the electronic side of things?
So EDM is interesting from a vocalist standpoint for sure, because I mostly do vocals and then I do vocal production as well. Skrillex obviously was the first song that I heard. It was Bangarang that I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I've always loved it. But it wasn't until I heard Eyes on Fire by Blue Foundation that I was like, oh my God, a woman's voice on that sounds beautiful. So that was the first one. And then what really sealed the deal was the Cruella Get Wet tour in 2013.
Dude, yes. Cruella, they were the legends. They were the boss women in the scene.
They're amazing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw them perform live and I was like, these chicks are so badass. I want to be that cool.
Like, can that be me? Yes, yeah. That can be me.
So straight up, that was like exactly what was going through my head. So that's kind of where that inspiration came from. I didn't fully switch over to EDM from pop until like 2015 though.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And do you still do some pop songs? I mean, you can't be like fully EDM, right? You probably kind of take jobs as they come and kind of bend the genres as needed, or?
Yeah, I was kind of doing a combo of both, but to be honest, I have enough vocal requests for EDM that I just stay in that category now. I don't think I've done pop music in like 3 years.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I mean, that was one of the questions that I had for you was like, do people come to you with their requests or do you seek out requests for jobs? Like, how does that work?
It's a little bit of both. I am an absolute troll on Twitter. That's how I get a lot of my work, is basically just interacting and networking via the internet. And I've always been doing that, but especially during the pandemic, it's been a lot easier because I'm home all day. But usually what I'll do is I'll befriend people, and it's really convenient to, live with someone who works in electronic music and have a bunch of friends in the industry already. But I try to branch out and meet new people and make new friends. And that's how I got my collab with Swarm, was literally via Twitter. I befriended him and his wonderful girlfriend. And then I tweeted at him. I was like, hey, Swarm, when are we collabing? And I had a song in my inbox the next day. So
It's funny how it works, right? I feel like all these producers are sitting on so many IDs. Like being
Oh yeah.
my boyfriend's a producer and I feel like he has a new ID every day. I'm like, when are you gonna drop that? Just self-release it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I get a lot of requests to top line over instrumentals and IDs and stuff like that. And so usually what I do is I'll write like 3 or 4 songs over each ID, and then I'll repurpose whatever top lines are not taken. And I have like a whole list of top lines that are just like available for sale right now. So I work both ways. It just
Nice.
depends.
So how do you prioritize requests that come in? Do you look at like their analytics, look at like, do they have a good following, the artists, or how does that work? We never
So
really seen the vocalist side, so we're just curious to hear how that
yeah,
works.
it's how do I explain this? We obviously prioritize people who have higher stream counts, and like monthly listeners on Spotify is really the biggest thing for us, is looking at someone who's going to be able to help us boost my numbers as well, because I'm still very much a baby artist. So a great example is the collab that I just did with Bishu. Like that was hands down a great opportunity. I never would have said no to that, because he has songs that reach millions of streams. So
Right.
why wouldn't I do that, you know? We do prioritize people who are going to help us raise our monthly streams and stuff like that. However, I will take collabs from anybody. I don't care if they don't even have a song out. If the instrumental that they send me is fire, I'm going to do it.
Oh,
I
of course.
fall in love with the song and I'm like, let's go.
Yeah. And it's interesting you say that too, because I feel like sometimes like our mission is obviously to put on upcoming artists and to help them reach their supporters. But ultimately, like we want artists who are engaging on social media, who are always talking to their fans and they have people who want to hear from them. I feel like those are the best kinds of collabs, when it's like a two-way street and both people promote it and both people are hyped and excited, and you kind of like gain followers and listeners on both sides of the road.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. That's like, those are my favorite people to work with, or people who I genuinely formed friendships with, because we know that we're going to support each other. Even on releases that we're not working together on, we're always going to support each other, share our content, and just like lift each other up as a group.
Exactly.
Yeah. Is that like Omas? I recently saw that you had a couple songs with him, right?
I have like 10 songs with him.
Yeah. Talk
Hell
about
yeah.
that partnership, because I know you both have been on Subsidia, but that it goes further than that, right?
Yeah, so he was actually the first song that I released that hit 100K streams, one of my collabs with him. So we started working on a song together because he was an Icon Collective student, and
Okay.
he and I had a mutual friend in one of the professors at Icon. I met him through another friend.
Okay, so you were at Icon.
I wasn't, but it was just like a friend of a friend that I knew. He connected us. We started working on a track together, and Omos shared my vocals around the Icon Collective page and got me a ton of work, like a ton of
Wow.
work. And that is actually how
Wow.
I ended up meeting my management, is because he did that for me. So we just formed a friendship finally, and then like continued working together. And after I think it was like the first 2 songs that we did, because he was paying me for vocals, we decided to just drop any fees and trade off. So he gives me production lessons, he's helping me produce a couple singles, and then I give him vocals, and like I'll do vocal production for him on other projects, all that kind of stuff. So it's a very symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
that's
that.
awesome.
And
Yeah.
a lot of times, like in EDM, once you find people who they love what you're putting out, you love what they're putting out, like they're going to be supporters for life. I mean, case in point with us, like when we first got started, we worked with Blaze and the Later Tonight crew over on the East Coast. I mean, they've been so supportive. We've never even met them, but every time we see them drop something, we're like, hell yeah, promote, and vice versa. So it's really cool to see that in this scene, how mutually beneficial and like uplifting some of the people are.
Oh, absolutely. And Omos and I are the same way. We've actually never met in person. We get to meet Wednesday for the first time, and I'm like so excited.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We've been working together for 2 years now. We've never met. So I'm like stoked.
That's a long time coming. I'm
Yeah,
excited for you.
finally.
Hell yeah. So, I mean, everything in SoCal, it's still shut down, right? Because I'm from San Diego and my whole family says that everything is still pretty much closed there. There's nothing really open.
I don't really know, because I don't really leave my house.
No shame.
I think some of the like bars and restaurants are open for outdoor dining and stuff, but I've been fairly quarantined because I actually just took a trip to go see my family over in Palm Springs. So I had to do the whole quarantine and test, and quarantined again because gonna go see my boyfriend's family in a little bit. So I'm like, I just don't go out and see anything. I don't know what's going on in the outside world.
So like no playing at bars or singing, no shows.
Yeah. I was doing it up until the pandemic hit, but I obviously had to stop.
I mean, speaking of shows, like what were your last few shows before the world shut down?
Oh, I do acoustic shows at a bar in Marina Del Rey. Bar in Marina Del Rey called Brennan's. And I was their resident musician up until this happened. I don't know if I'm going to go back to doing that or not. We'll see. If I have to, I will. But I was actually just starting as the booking agent for another bar in Los Angeles. And we had a whole grand opening scheduled for the Sunday after COVID like became a thing in the US. It was like March 15th or something. I'm not sure.
Oh,
but
man.
Yeah, and the bar owner was like, we're going to go ahead with this. And I was like, no, we're not. All my musicians have pulled out. We have to cancel this show. So
damn. So you were actually pegged with booking people to play at that venue.
Yeah, I was the booking agent, the sound person, everything. Like I did the whole setup for the grand opening, and we canceled it.
Wow. So what else do you do in this industry that we don't know about?
Right? You have like three instruments under your belt. You do AV, you got booking.
That's really impressive. Like,
thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know. I like to learn things as I go. And I just think having a wealth of knowledge is important, and being able to do a bunch of different things. So you don't just get stuck doing one. Cause like, I can't top line forever. You know, there is kind of an end date to that job, and I love it. And I want to keep doing it long term, but I don't want to burn myself out on it. So being able to take on vocal production and podcast editing, and I'm planning on starting a Patreon probably towards the end of this month to have like lessons on songwriting and all that kind of stuff too. So it's trying to make sure that I have like multiple sources of music that I can monetize and turn into a career.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, case in point, again, last year when the world shut down, we were like, hey, we got to start doing live streams. Our first live stream was just on Instagram. It was like super crappy audio, super crappy video, me headbanging in my living room. And then our next live stream was like direct audio, OBS, frame. Like, you know, you have to learn the whole 9 yards in this industry, because you can't always guarantee that you're going to have the audio guy right next door to help you set up, or you can't always guarantee you're going to have like an agent booking you for shows. So that's really respectable. I mean, especially as a woman, we love to see the women take on the jack of all trades roles. And that's really inspiring, I think, you know, especially to me, but to a lot of upcoming vocalists or even artists and producers in the EDM scene.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, actually, because like it's definitely been a struggle, just being the vocalist. I don't want that title, because I feel like a lot of people look down on vocalists as like, oh, they don't know what they're doing, that kind of thing. God. And it gets really frustrating, because for quite a while I was getting back songs that like didn't sound good because the vocal production wasn't good. So I taught myself how to do it so that I didn't have to worry about that anymore. And I still have people who will like get up in my DMs and be like, do you even know music theory? I'm like, dude, I have a degree in it. Yes.
Isn't that the worst? Especially, I mean, I'm not going to say it's because we're women, but a lot of doubts come our way, especially in this music industry. And I've said it once, I'm going to say it again. Women work just as hard as any man, if not harder. Like, let's go. Stop doubting women. We're going to take over the world one day.
I know. Yeah, that's like the number one frustrating thing for me is like, I know that those questions would not be phrased the same way or be asked with the same tone if I was a guy.
Right.
You know? Like I've never heard of producers going to their male vocalists and being like, well, do you even know music theory? Like it's not a thing.
Yeah, it's really weird. I feel like it's a very touchy subject too of women in this industry, because for example, the last month, Chrissy and I were always trying to find ways to engage with our audience. And so last year we posted a meme, it wasn't really a meme. It was like, choose your top 3 DJs, but it was all men. And we got a comment saying, where are the women at? So then we created one that was all women. And we're like, okay, choose your top 3. You can only listen to 3 for an entire year. We didn't say like they all have to go or like one has to go, you know? And then people tried to cancel us on Twitter because of this women meme that we created. And we were like, we're just trying to empower other women. Like we even got some messages from people saying like, oh, I didn't even know about these DJs, but thank you, I'll check them out.
Yeah, I think I saw that, to be honest. And I just like roll my eyes anytime that happens. Why? It doesn't matter. You're just saying pick your favorites.
Mm-hmm. Right. It's not like we're saying, oh, these girls can't sit with us. Like you can only pick 3 exclusive women to sit with you. It was just literally, and our thinking was like, okay, what upcoming women artists can we include on this? Like, again, Lays, Jinx, Lizzie
Jeannie.
Jane. Yeah, all of them. And we
them.
wanted them all to be in like the conversation with these huge women like Jessica Audifred and Alice in Wonderland. And somehow, some way, one person on Twitter started that cancel culture thread, and that was the end of it. But hey, you got to have tough skin in this industry. And that's what it comes down to. I mean, it comes down to showing up every single day. And sometimes you got to prove your worth. But like you said, I mean, you love doing it and it really shows, especially with some of your recent releases like Gemini.
Thanks. Oh my gosh, I'm glad you guys like that one. That one was really fun to make.
Yeah, that one is actually stuck in my head. I was listening to it a few times before this. I would take a shot at singing it, but I would make myself look bad. It'll stay up here.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun making that. That was a good time.
Mm-hmm.
That one was all Omos's idea too. He just asked me to do the vocals and I was like, hell yeah, let's go.
Nice. And what was it like having releases on Subsidia?
Oh, that was really fun. It's not Subsidia's fault, but that was kind of a disaster. So that song came out on January 6th, the compilation album did, and our posts for social media and everything to do the release announcements was scheduled for noon, and the coup at the Capitol happened at 11:45.
That day was crazy.
So RIP that release day. It was it was not good. And that's not Subsidia's fault. There's nothing we can do about that, but
right.
It was a little
yeah.
But Subsidia has been fantastic to work with. Their label head is actually a woman named Mary, and she's been incredible, honestly. They were on top of it. They got the artwork to us really quickly. All the release assets, everything was distributed like correctly. We didn't have to worry about me being tagged properly. They were really awesome.
Yeah. I mean, for the amount of tracks that they've released since, what was it? That September announcement, the Lost Land stream?
September, yeah.
The amount of tracks that they've dropped, they have not really fumbled any of them. Like I've seen every artist on those compilations has been built up. They've gained followers, they've gained recognition, and the releases have been really well done too, which I'm going to be honest, that's not something that every label in dubstep can say. So I have a lot of respect for Excision, Subsidia, and the team that's behind that label, because they're doing exactly what their mission has sought out to do.
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely. And from what Mary said too, Jeff has final say on what songs go onto the compilation albums. So he's very heavily involved with his own label, which I love that too. I think it's really good that an artist is like so dedicated to all of these projects that he has going. Even though he's so busy, he still makes time to listen to every single song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We need more godfathers like Jeff.
I know, right?
The grandfather of dubstep. Hey, I mean, maybe he'll drop your track live once things come back.
Oh, how cool would that be though?
I know. And then people will get pictures, or people will get videos, and then they'll send them to you and tag you in them.
I know. Sweet. I've had so many songs come out and I haven't been able to hear a single one live yet. And I'm so excited.
That must be really frustrating.
Yeah. I know. Because like even talking to Swarm, he said like when shows are back, he wants to bring me out and perform Heartless with him, which I would just die of happiness if I got to do that. I don't know how I'm going to sing that live because that song is really hard to sing. But
well, Swarm is huge too, because I think I actually discovered Swarm on that Couchland stream a couple months back. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Yeah. And then I don't know if you guys saw how he got that, but you know how I was saying I'm a troll on Twitter and I just befriend people? That's exactly what he did to get that stream.
What?
He made a parody video writing a letter to Excision asking to be on the Couchland stream, and Excision responded and was like, yeah, let's go.
I think I saw this actually, like briefly, but I just thought it was like, I didn't think much of it. I just thought like, oh, it's another like TikTok or whatever video.
Yeah, no, that's exactly how he got onto the Couchland stream, was by just being a complete clown. It was really funny.
Damn. No, that's huge. I mean, I have a love and hate for Twitter. It's like it lands you opportunities, but at the same time, it's very toxic. And only if you really, really let it get to you, though. So just got to have that strong willpower to just let it go. And people will hate always. People will always judge you. You always have to feel like you have to prove yourself, but you just got to keep going. Ignore it.
I
agree. You do you, boo.
I always try to keep myself very neutral. Like my personality, I hate confrontation and I hate making people mad. So I always try to be the happy, friendly person who gets along with everybody. But if Twitter trolls are going after my friends, I will fight someone.
Oh, you have to. And I always have to remind myself, like, if I post something controversial and one person tries to cancel me for it, I'm like, okay, Chrissy, there's 20,000 people in EDM Twitter. Only 10 of them saw you get canceled. So pick it up.
Most
keep
of them
going.
Don't care.
I know, right? Most of them are doing whatever EDM Twitter people do. I don't know. Watching live streams all day. God.
Literally, yes.
Oh, yeah.
So me at the beginning of quarantine.
Seriously, right? I feel like that was all of us. My screen time must have been up to like 10 hours a day or something during quarantine.
Oh my God, it was bad. And then we used to have like rave-a-thons like every other day. We would make quarantinis, you know, like the emergency with vodka and Sprite or whatever, and just be cheersing over video and just getting trashed like every other day. And this reminds me actually, when lockdown happened, there was a moment where we thought, okay, well, restaurants are shutting down. They're shutting down like everything except grocery stores. And then I think they announced that liquor stores were also going to shut down. So we all went crazy. We all like hauled ass to the liquor store, and we were all like, okay, Chrissy, like if you don't make it in time, if it closes, let me know. I'm at the store now. I can get you some booze.
I was buying like 2 giant handles of Belvedere and like 2 giant orange juices.
Where are you guys based out of that they closed the liquor stores?
So they didn't end up closing it, but we're in Denver. Okay. It was a false alarm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then they were like, surprise, dispensaries are going to be open too. We got you guys.
Thank God.
So it was one of those moments where like I literally just dropped like $200 worth of alcohol. And they weren't even going to close the liquor stores after all. I was like, you motherfuckers. I literally just bought like
had it.
Yeah.
And then we went through it real quick.
Of course. I had one distinct advantage going into quarantine, and so did my roommates. I was living with my roommate, her boyfriend, and my boyfriend. 4 of us and a dog in a 2-bedroom, which was really fun. But I bartended for 7 years. So I'm really good at making like nice cocktails and stuff. So we didn't have to do like the emergency drink.
There you go. Mixologist in-house.
Yeah, it was quite convenient. So we had fun on the weekends, but yeah, it got old pretty fast. My boyfriend and I ended up, my parents have a house in Palm Springs. And so my boyfriend and I ended up moving out to Palm Springs from May until September.
Damn.
It was hot.
Yeah. You must have been toasting.
Yeah. But we had a whole house. We had a pool. Ooh. I had my own private office that wasn't also my bedroom.
Love to see it.
It was awesome.
So, okay. So they have a house in Palm Springs. Have you gone to Coachella?
No. And the house is walking distance from the Coachella grounds.
Are you
kidding
me?
Half a mile. No, I'm dead serious. And I haven't gone yet. I need to go.
Do they rent it out at least when?
No. They live, their neighborhood, the HOA rules say you can't rent it out for short-term rentals. So it has to be for a 30-day lease. So
30 days.
When Coachella rolls around, I definitely have a place to stay. I just need to actually go.
If it happens again, geez.
I know.
Maybe next year.
Yeah, I doubt it's going to happen this year. It's not likely.
Didn't they cancel it though, or did they postpone it?
I don't know, actually.
I think they canceled it. But
I wouldn't be
surprised.
I feel like that would be the responsible thing to do.
Yeah, I know. We're like watching Ultra. We're waiting for a Lost Lands announcement. We're waiting for like EDC,
EDC.
Orlando. Our friend just sent us a festival in the UK that's apparently happening. What was that? Like a beach festival or something?
Yeah, it was like the
So
beach
jealous.
festival in the UK or something in August. I was like, oh, word.
Oh, krrr.
Yeah, we actually bought tickets for Nocturnal Wonderland when they went on sale. So
Fun.
fingers crossed on that one, but we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, Insomniac stays throwing shows though, because
know.
I know they just announced that, what is it called? Abduction or something in
Florida.
Orlando.
Yeah, the Abduction show, like the pod show or something. Aliens. I just remember seeing aliens.
I know.
Well, apparently the pods are only offered for VIP.
Oh,
I know.
I ain't got that kind of money.
No, me neither.
Yeah, that's weird. It says here VIP pods. And then there's the Galaxy Bar. And then the stage 2 bass rush. Interesting.
That's not something that I would risk. I realize
Yeah.
that, you know, I'm 28 and healthy, but I don't want to risk a disease that could give me permanent lung damage because that could literally ruin my career. So I'm just gonna stay in my house until I get vaccinated.
For real. I know I had to get 2 shots earlier and I was like, what are the chances of me having to get 2 shots and neither of them being the COVID vaccine?
That
Like,
sucks.
screw that.
I know.
Not a good time. Cool. Let's jump into the lightning round. It's my favorite round. So we're just going to ask you some questions and just answer as quickly as possible. So I'll get us started.
Okay.
What is your favorite microphone setup?
I love the WA87. It's the one that I've currently been using. I have not used it on a release that's out yet, but one of them should be out by the end of this year. It is so crisp and clean. I just use a little isolation shield, and right now I'm working on a Focusrite, but I'm planning on upgrading to an Apollo this year as well, and I'm very excited about that.
Wow. So do you record standing up?
Yes, yeah. I actually think it's really important to stand up as opposed to sitting down, especially for the vocals that I do, because most of what I do is like powerhouse belting. You just get better energy, better breath support, and just it's all around more like energy is just the right word for it. It's better to do that standing up as opposed to sitting down.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, I have to take my shots standing up too, so something somewhat similar.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. What has been your favorite live performance?
That's really hard because I haven't really gotten to perform EDM songs yet. I got to do one that was really cool in Reno, Nevada with my friend Will. He goes by Sounds of Apollo, and he actually flew me out to premiere our song called Breathe Again. And that was incredible because we played a venue in Reno that had a 500 person capacity, and we packed it with a line out the door, or 800 person capacity, sorry. 800 people line out the door and around the block.
Damn.
So that was pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. However, that venue had never had a live singer before, so the sound setup was janky.
Oh no, but hey,
Oh,
I mean,
brother.
sold out.
It was so fun. Like, I don't even care. It was such a blast. And that was just like the tip of the iceberg. So I'm really excited for shows to come back so I can start doing live performances with EDM.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're excited to see you live.
Yeah, thanks.
You'll have to let us know when you're out in Denver and we'll come see you.
Oh, absolutely.
Hell yeah. Okay, next one. Besides your dog, what else are your must-haves in the studio?
I love my little 3D printed moonlight.
Oh, I love that.
Ooh.
And then I have my little work crystals, these guys. I got a smoky
Yes.
quartz and a rose quartz. Glass of water. I like a good cup of tea. And my zebra plant.
Ooh, love it. Is that real?
Yes, it is. Yeah, I'm an absolute crazy plant lady. So I like to be surrounded with the plants. Oh, and lastly, also super important because I am super ADD, is my passion planner. This thing
Oh
is
my God, I love Passion Planner.
I love it. This thing is a godsend. I've gotten so much more accomplished since I started using these, and it's just easier for me to focus when I have everything written down in this format.
Mm-hmm.
That's so funny. Yessie literally got me that for Christmas.
I love that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that planner. It's fantastic.
Actually, the owner, her name's Angie. My sister used to work with her.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so I knew about Passion Planner when she first started years ago because my sister was like, hey, I know that you like to keep your things organized and you always have these planners and organizational items. Let me get you this Passion Planner. I think you'd really like it. And this was her beginning stages when she just had the basic black print or like the black cover.
Oh, that's so sick.
So it's really cool to see how quickly she's grown.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we found this because my mom donated to their GoFundMe. And she got me one, she gave it to me for Christmas. It was like one of her little GoFundMe things. And I've been using it ever since. I think it's been like 4 years now or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love it.
Yeah.
Carry them everywhere.
Yeah.
All right, next question. When shows come back, do you think that you'd prefer to play for a large festival crowd or for a smaller, more intimate crowd?
Oh, I want to do a festival so bad.
Let's go. Main stage, baby.
Yes. Probably not main stage, but I'll take a side stage. I'm fine with that. I've been doing small crowds forever, literally since 14. Like, I love the small crowds. They're fun, but I really want to get that experience of like being in front of thousands of people. I think that would be amazing.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you and Swarm at Legend Valley, maybe like a 5 or 6 p.m. set. Let's go.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Or even at the Sahara tent at Coachella. That'd be amazing.
That's the dream.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it would be really cool to do that. So that's like top tier goals for probably 2022.
Yeah, and it's definitely reachable. I can already vision it.
Yeah, I think so. I hope so.
I mean, you've been releasing a ton of music lately. Like I was stalking your Spotify and you've got a lot of tracks that came out last year and I mean this year even you came out swinging. So keep on that trajectory, you know? It's all about getting 1% better.
Yeah. I've had 4 songs come out this year so far and I've got 3 more lined up already.
Wow.
And I have probably somewhere between 20 and 30 unreleased.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, girl. Okay.
We need you to do a mix for us. Jeez. All IDs.
Straight IDs. Do a DUBSTEP FBI Riot Control Radio mix.
I'm actually kind of not opposed to that. That would be fun.
That'd be sick.
I know.
Let's talk about it after the show.
I'm down.
All right. 2 more.
Sweet.
Beach or mountains?
I mean, I live in California, so both, but honestly, beach. I'm a beach person.
Fair enough.
I live 3 miles away from the beach. I bike there. Like,
oh, that's so nice.
I know.
Alrighty. What is your favorite fashion brand?
That is a wonderful question. I have a tendency to go thrift shopping, so I don't often look at like brand names and stuff. As far as like EDM style stuff goes, I have a lot of Electric Family gear that I really like. Fancy, like if we're going fancy, it's probably Black Halo. Their stuff is beautiful.
They have like,
yeah, it's more high-end like dresses and stuff like that. And I have this 2-piece like bright blue skirt and like crop top set that is so fire. It is very uncomfortable, but it's very cute. But mostly what I buy is just like secondhand thrift store. I'm not really big on brands and labels.
Hey, that's cool. That's good. That's how you get the unique stuff that really stands out.
Yeah, it's fun. And I like shopping at places. I don't know if you've ever been to Costa Mesa, but Costa Mesa has this place called the Anti-Mall.
No, I haven't been there.
Oh, it's really cool. It's basically a mall setup, but it's entirely boutique stores. Instead of like how malls are always, you know, chains and stuff like that. It's all boutique, all original to Costa Mesa. They have beautiful items. So I've gotten a couple of things from there that I'm really excited about.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. Yeah.
It's kind of like treasure hunting almost.
Yeah. I really like to try and aim for like smaller, handcrafted. I like supporting small businesses. That's always, you know, a wonderful feeling.
Yeah, of course. Well, that's so cool. That was the last question for us, Dani. Do you have any last words for your audience?
I guess the only thing I have is upcoming release announcement. I've got a song coming out April 2nd, so it's a little ways away, but it's called Aftermath, and it's with this awesome producer called Yikes. He's really fantastic. I've got another one coming out in May and June, both of which are with Omos. So
More
Damn,
Omos.
girl. Okay.
I know a lot more music coming out. So
Yes, that's what we love to hear. And we love to hear from you today. So thank you so much for being our guest.
yeah, thank you guys so much for having me. I really enjoyed this. I'm glad we got to meet.
Same. Well, to everybody listening, thank you so much for your support, and keep wearing those masks, keep social distancing, and we will see you at the next rave, whenever that may be. Stay locked.